There is a new video out on the Hasidic community that in less than 24 hours has gotten 3 million views. I didn't hear anything back on it. I don't think it is necessarily negative or anything. It just seems to be getting a lot of views. And so I wanted to have a look and thought I'd do it with you together, see what I think of it as someone who knows the Hasidic community really well and comes across these big mega video hits from outsiders quite often. And obviously I see it with particular eyes. So let's see what I'll see on this one. I think it's Ruhi Cenet is his name. Let's have a go.
We're about to enter the heartbeat of the Jewish world.
The heartbeat of the Jewish. This is Rabbi Katz from Crown Heights. He's very famous. He's been on a lot of videos. He's a very charming, charismatic guy. Chabadnik.
Go in, there's no going back.
They're the most religious community in America.
The most religious community.
Hasidic Jews.
Hasidic Jews.
A closed-off group with hundreds of thousands of members.
So he's now in the Chabad Crown Heights Synagogue and talking about Crown Heights Hasidim. In my view, Crown Heights Hasidim are totally different from my area of expertise. So for me, there's always the first question, who is he going to be covering? Crown Heights Hasidim or other Hasidim from like Williamsburg?
They're all over.
Our minds and our hearts always with Israel, and our prayers are directed through there.
In the heart of New York, surrounded by skyscrapers and modern life, there exists another world, one that lives by its own traditions.
Have you ever logged into internet in your entire life?
No, it's the most dangerous thing for a person.
Have you ever watched television?
No.
The deeper we go, the more we feel like we don't belong here. Before anything else, they always ask the same question.
You Jewish?
No.
You Jewish?
No. Can we interview you?
These neighborhoods look completely unlike the rest of the city. They run community patrols that, in certain situations,
This is already getting on my nerves because he's mixing Chabad and Williamsburg. This is Williamsburg. He's mixing Chabad and Williamsburg together. These are two very, very different groups. I'm sure that many people have logged onto the internet in general, but what's happening in Crown Heights is so different from what's happening in Williamsburg. And in Williamsburg, they're not asking, are you Jewish? Are you Jewish?
appear to take on responsibilities similar to law enforcement. They also have ambulance services and religious courts for internal matters.
They can make a citizen's arrest. They're getting now permits for upping their security and stuff like that.
Even a small local diner here can become a stop for powerful political figures.
Donald Trump was planning to come here.
Gottlieb.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have 10 kids myself.
I love
If I would not
Menashe.
have taken breaks, I would have had 15, not 10.
Before choosing to stop having more children, they are expected to talk to a rabbi and decide together.
Let's say I have 10. Why I don't have 12? I have to ask God.
Many married
This is Mr. Shtessel, sorry. This is Mr. Shtessel. He speaks so much from the heart. I get a little nervous when I see that someone dragged him out to speak to a YouTuber, because a lot of Hasidim don't know how to speak to the media. Because we nowadays have a very particular way of speaking that is considered acceptable, and you can say something completely innocent and it can be totally misunderstood if it's not framed correctly.
women here follow a strict tradition of shaving their hair. Outside, they cover it with a wig or a headscarf.
So we're starting by going into a Crown Heights synagogue where no one shaves their heads. And then we're talking about the need for asking for dispensation before stopping to have children or using contraception, which is a very particular segment. Then we're talking about shaving, which is a very particular segment of the Hasidic population. So we're taking very diverse internal pieces and we're putting it into one giant mix. And I think a part of why these videos get so many views is that you can take the salacious of the most extreme groups, and those groups are very hard to document and get on camera, and you mix it with a charming, charismatic, front-facing Chabad people, and it sounds like such a robust, colorful picture, but it's actually a bunch of pictures put together.
Women keep their hair covered even when they're alone with their husband at home.
Yeah, you have to cover your hair the whole time.
And for nearly half of every month, married couples don't touch each other at all, not even to pass something directly from hand to hand.
So this is a warning to people who don't dress modestly.
Volunteer groups, known as modesty patrols, sometimes look to see whether other Hasidic community members are dressed appropriately when out in public. Alongside this, beneath the central synagogue, there are also passageways that cannot be seen from the street.
No, you
I'm
can't
going to go
be
inside.
serious. I mean, first of all, wow. Whatever happened at 770 in Crown Heights with that passageway is not a normal thing and is not something that is par for the course in the Hasidic community. 770 and Crown Heights is its own story, its own politics around the expansion and that exit with a grate, and that is not the norm for synagogues. We should not be mixing Beatrice Weber and Rabbi Katz in one video as if they are from one community. They come from two very different communities. And this video, to me, is totally violating all the accuracy rules. You can say I'm a nerd here. I am the one who is in the know on all these things, so it'll bother me. To me, this is a no. Don't use it as a source.
Their homes, businesses, and synagogues, and even film their biggest gatherings inside their headquarters. Also, a woman who was once married to a rabbi and later left the Hasidic community will share things you've likely never heard before. But before we continue with the documentary, join me in supporting the children of Palestine. Giving them the same opportunities to simply be children just like any other is very important. To make a difference, please check the link in the description. It's early in the morning.
That cannot be the ad. Okay, listen, I'm not taking a role on Children of Palestine, though I'm very skeptical of NGOs that give him a ton of money for ads. But this is completely inappropriate ad in a Jewish video. No? I think so.
Global center of a Jewish movement, Hasidic community. As they are largely closed to outsiders, we were only allowed in with special permission.
Now we're going to go downstairs where the synagogue is
Rabbi Katz, he has such zafti
literally underneath the sidewalk to get more room.
A few people connected to the community believe that the isolation of the Hasidic culture should be documented.
You hear the noise already?
Yes. With their help, we found a way in, but filming inside this closed-off world will be extremely difficult.
Okay, I didn't hear from him, and I am very skeptical that they tried very hard to find a way in if they tried to reach Rabbi Katz, who's not hard to reach, for a tour of Crown Heights. It is very hard to get access to the Hasidic community, but not this side of things, not Rabbi Katz's side of things. And it's the hodgepodging these things together, saying it's really hard to get access, but I did get access when you actually got access to something totally else, that I think creates all of that appeal and excitement to the viewer. I don't know how else to explain how the viewer sees it, because I see it as an inaccurate conglomeration that creates a narrative that, oh, look, you couldn't access, but we did access. It just isn't true.
Sound is growing louder.
Okay, ready? You guys filming?
They were chanting and dancing in a circle with intense devotion, waving Welcome Messiah flags. They believe the Messiah is their promised leader, who will one day bring a new divine order to the world.
Where are we?
So this is the actual synagogue, and these boys come from all over, mostly Israel. And as you can see, there's a lot of noise, very interactive, very in-depth.
I have never been in a place like this before.
So there's prayers here in the main synagogue 3 times a day. But the rest of the day, it's a study hall. And right now they're studying Jewish mysticism, Hasidic philosophy. Here, it's very full of life and energy. And these young boys are so full of passion.
How many students are here?
Probably 500. During the month of the holidays, there'll be 1,000. And they pray towards the Eastern Wall, towards Jerusalem. Our minds and our hearts always with Israel, and our prayers are directed through there.
What are you reading?
So I'm reading a summary of the whole Tanya.
How many hours a day are you reading? Is it like below 10 hours?
No, for sure.
More than 10 hours?
Yeah.
That's a lot of time. Yeah, but the time, when you do something fun, so time goes in a fun way. Are you trying to memorize the whole book? Yeah, I'm trying to memorize the theme of the book. Are you from Israel originally? Yeah, I'm from the Holy Land. You live here? I'm here a few years, yeah. What will you do for a living after a couple of years from now? God is going to provide the money. We don't have to worry about that, and everything's going to work out. Lots of people, they worry about all the money, and then they get locked into something pursuing that. They receive religious education in this building from 7:30 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. They eat here, they nap here. They are really not thought to plan for conventional careers. Their
500
education
people. By his own account, it's 500 people out of a community of hundreds of thousands. What's happening in Crown Heights? This is very interesting, being in the 770 synagogue, seeing him look around and talk to people. I really enjoy seeing it. It's an amazing place, but it doesn't represent Hasidic Jewry.
includes very little teaching about the modern world. They don't use the internet. Their exposure to general education and global culture is limited.
Are you Jewish?
No.
You guys are Jewish? Or?
No.
Huh?
No. They try to put similar clothes on us, kippah and other stuff, but we did not accept. We're not Jewish, and we came here for only filming.
At times, our cameras were briefly taken from us, just like this.
That's the charity box.
Charity
Before
box.
you pray, you're supposed to give some charity. Look at all these charity boxes.
All of them.
These are all different organizations, schools, and this is a big charity box.
This is a different place. People around me are dressed in a similar way. I feel like I stand out. It seems like their eyes are on me. And here you can see little babies. How old is the baby?
Baby is almost 3 months.
What is the baby doing here?
Came to pray.
While men and children pray in this area, women pray in a separate upstairs gallery, divided by darkened glass. Before the first prayers begin, many Hasidic men step into the mikveh, a ritual bath believed to cleanse the soul.
Do
The
Crown
ritual
Heights
bath for the
people use
men,
the
they
mikveh?
go every morning, and then for sure on Fridays. And boys go.
I see. Beatrice is not speaking for Crown Heights. She comes from the Yiddish-speaking Hasidic community, so what she's saying doesn't apply to Crown Heights. So I don't think in Crown Heights they go to the mikvah on Fridays. In Williamsburg they do. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I wouldn't take him to know. He doesn't know.
On Fridays also. I'm so grateful that my ex-husband, he did not let the boys go. I'm a mom of 10. I was married to a rabbi.
This is Beatrice Weber, a woman who left the ultra-Orthodox community. Later in the video, she will share what life inside the Hasidic community was really like from her own experience.
You look at the world now, it doesn't seem so united, right? So people think, oh, we're getting so far away from the coming of the Messiah. But the truth is, just like a mother gives birth, the next month is the hardest month. So the world is sort of shedding the final challenges. And
He has this look on his face like, what gibberish are you saying? He doesn't seem to be looking to be proselytized to.
hopefully we'll have Mashiach very soon.
Their education also includes the traditional Jewish hope to returning Jerusalem and one day seeing the Holy Temple rebuilt.
Behind the wood-paneled wall you see here, a passage was discovered beneath the synagogue. It stretched for dozens of feet and contained clothes, boxes, and other personal
my
items.
God,
So we'll ask the lead rabbi what it actually was. There's also a very important and big gathering taking place in a private setting in their synagogue, something most people never get to see. We'll come back here to capture it.
This is going to be fodder for the anti-Semites. Any responsible journalist would not bring it up without making sure to contextualize what we know to have happened with that illegal expansion.
But first, let's get to know them better in their own neighborhood.
Can we interview this
Yes.
guy? Let's ask.
Entschuldig, kan we vragen naar voor Shilas?
So he found a Chabadnik, a guy from Crown Heights, with a very broken Yiddish, doesn't speak properly Yiddish, to be his inside guy to a community where the way he speaks screams, I'm an outsider. And he asks, can I ask some questions?
Nein? Wir sagen ein paar Sachen für Kirov.
Wir sagen ein paar Sachen für Kirov. His accent is very, very off. And Kirov is outreach, which Hasidim in Williamsburg don't do. So, listen, this guy is coming to Williamsburg, is trying to access people. It's the YouTuber who doesn't do the research to know the distinction that your access point is not actually an insider, that for me, as someone in the know, is the problem point. If you're looking for a guide, you have to look for a guide who's going to be an access point that won't make people feel turned off.
We're in the middle of New York City, but we rarely hear English. Most people here speak Yiddish or Hebrew.
What did he say? What happened?
I don't know, he froze.
Without Rabbi Katz by our side, we felt more aware that we stood out in the neighborhood than we had inside the synagogue just a few hours earlier.
What
A
does
lot
he
of
say?
them just looked away and kept
Mayones?
moving.
He is turning away.
Yeah, I said they're gonna be a lot of turn. Entschuldig, kannst du mir reden mit dir? Auf was ist Mayones? Sagen etwas.
Can we interview you?
Auf was ist Mayones?
Excuse me, can we interview you? We want to learn about Hasidic culture.
Auf was ist Mayones? Kan wir fragen ein paar Schales? Nee. Ich will fragen ein paar Schales.
They don't want to be on
He says, can I ask a few questions? He says, what do you want to ask? He wants to, the camera. He's like, no. I don't
camera.
want to.
We have zero
People are
luck.
He
incredibly
said no to you,
resistant.
but yes to me.
What it's like
camera.
to work around here, live around here.
I'm a crane operator.
You're not Jewish, right?
I'm not Jewish. I'm a Puerto Rican American citizen.
How is life for you around here?
I work in a Jewish community for the past 15 years,
Yeah.
and I do a lot of crazy jobs. They all stick together, and they all help each other out.
So many women with babies coming
Yeah.
inside.
Following the commandment to be fruitful and multiply, Hasidic Jews are one of the fastest growing communities in the world, with birth rates high enough to nearly double their population in every 20 years. And today, it stands around 100,000.
8.5 months after I was married, I had a baby. 11 months later, I had another baby. If I would not have taken breaks, I would have had 15, not 10. I went to a rabbi and said, please, I need a break. It's too much for me. It's too hard for me.
So without the rabbi's word, you cannot take a break.
Yeah, because he's like the word of God, basically.
According to official figures, large families in New York may be eligible for a range of public benefits. For example, a family of 10 that meets the criteria could receive around $26,160 in food assistance and $13,600 through the child tax credit. Medicaid coverage for a household of that size may also have an estimated value of around $75,000 per year. Altogether, for 10 people living under one roof, the combined value of public benefits and healthcare coverage may amount to more than $100,000 per year.
Like if you look at the data by zip code, then you can see like there's a very high reliance on government services.
You speak Jewish, Yiddish, English.
English.
Yiddish and English.
English only.
English or Yiddish?
English only.
No. We have a lot of not Jewish people coming here. It's worse and worse and worse.
How important is modesty in
I don't know what is
no,
modesty. What are you asking me? We have something what nobody has. And one Torah and one God. This is the way. So what else?
Why do families in Hasidic culture have so many kids?
He has to help me. He asked me why the Hasidic family
Have
has so many kids. And now I want to understand the question. What do you mean so many? What is so many?
Wow, this is upsetting me. So I have made Mr. Shtessel a little bit famous by putting him online and on the radar, I guess. He would never say it's getting worse and worse about tourists. He's incredibly open. In fact, his shop is dependent on tourists. So whatever's happening here is taken out of context. And it's why I got very nervous when I saw that this interview happened, because I felt like this was going to be, his English is problematic. He often doesn't understand how things might need to be culturally translated. And he's a salt of the earth, heart of gold, wonderful person.
Let's say I have 10. Why I don't have 12? I have to ask God.
Excuse me, can we interview you?
No.
He doesn't look somber. He looks maybe Gare.
What's Mayones, yeah? They doing
What does that mean,
for
Mayones?
the island.
They mostly speak to people within their own community and don't really interact with us.
What is his life philosophy?
Are you Jewish?
No.
If you're not Jewish, it's impossible to understand the beauty of a Jewish life.
Do you have a smartphone?
No.
Why?
It's the most dangerous thing for a person to have one.
Have you ever logged into internet?
I never logged them, but a smart person learns from other people's mistakes. There's too many people that were injured physically, emotionally, mentally.
So you have,
everybody knows it.
You have never logged into internet in your entire life?
No.
Do you know Michael Jackson?
No.
Do you know Cristiano Ronaldo?
People in this community live a kosher lifestyle, meaning that what they eat, wear, watch, and consume is expected to be in accordance with Jewish law.
You know when they say the dangers of the internet?
Yeah.
You're coming, they smell internet. So they go, camera, internet, go away, you know?
Many people here avoid technologies that give direct access to the outside world. Everyone we see has a kosher phone. We came to this store to see what it is.
What is
A kosher phone means a phone like the old times.
I
This
love
phone
this
is
guy.
only talk only. Nothing besides doing it. No texting.
No texting
apps,
either?
Nothing. No internet. No WhatsApp at all.
Why?
Internet is for sure very bad. It's making for sure busy whole day.
Do you watch movies?
No, for sure not.
Do you know who Elon Musk is?
No.
Tom Cruise?
No. We know where the rabbi is, not more.
Have you ever watched television?
For sure not.
You're saying no as if it's normal to say no.
In
To
this
me,
community, it's normal to say no.
even though you want to watch some
No,
of your
nothing.
own footages.
No. I don't want to see.
What about cameras?
Cameras the same thing. We have cameras. You can only make pictures.
These cameras
These
are
cameras
not able to take videos.
No,
I
just
recently-
photos.
The people
I
we
recently
talk
went
to
to a
here
shop.
reject the very idea of recording their own memories.
The video is a thing that you go into the video, and when someone look the video
That's
for
not
10
true.
minutes, the eyes starts to jump, okay? When you take videos, even plain videos from me, you are getting connected to video, and every time, slowly you start to watch videos. So the policy is no video at all. It's take you to other videos.
So even a video of someone not wearing this and that is also not considered kosher. Even like a video of you would not be kosher.
Who made these rules?
Rabbis.
I mean, there are gradations of kosher technology. Maybe kids might not have video, but look on the Hasidic internet, they're doing video of everything. So this guy knows what to say. He knows the correct answer to give on camera. But certainly there's a lot of video happening of what's happening in the Hasidic community.
It feels like I traveled back in time.
So you go into the menu,
there's a calculator.
tools,
That's it?
that's it.
Only this?
Only this.
There's no way to send SMS.
No way to search anything.
It's like a
Yeah.
walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
Then I noticed the computer sitting on the desk.
This is a computer, sure.
but it can connect to internet.
It have internet with a filter. It have the sites that I need to work, and when I want to open another site, comes up that I can't.
So there are certain companies that modify phones and computers specifically for this community, removing internet access completely from all devices.
This is the company that they make the filters. Technology Awareness Group.
I don't want people to want to watch it. Be on YouTube or whatever.
No, but it's not for Hasidic. Oh, I see. So what was interesting was we asked him to do the interview, and he said no. It's not because he doesn't want to be interviewed. He doesn't want somebody to go onto your channel to see the interview and then get lost in your channel.
Maybe not all of my videos are kosher, according to him.
A short way down the street, I spotted something unusual.
This is like their own social media.
Oh,
But it's not on social media, it's on the phone. You call the number and then you choose what story, which rabbi, inspiration, it's all on the phone.
No, this is Einayim, the organization Einayim. This is all inspiration for men to look down, to guard their eyes. It's part of this huge campaign for men to guard their eyes, and you can call that number for inspiration to guard your eyes. I don't know who's funding Einayim, but they're constantly putting up different posters. And these posters say, yes, you have the strength.
if you look at the advertisement, it's all men.
Yeah.
A platform of empowering to guard your eye. With word of the day and selected discussions of first-hand stories, press 3.
Basically, these guys are either listeners or they're influencers, so to say.
Very different. I have never seen such a thing like that.
In Brooklyn, we saw community patrol vehicles using emergency lights and sirens. We still don't know exactly who they are, but they seem to be responding to a situation involving local residents. The next time we see them, we'll understand what role they play here.
What is this called? The side locks.
Hey, yes.
What is the meaning of it? Why do you keep it long?
This is like to show that you're Jewish. It says in the Torah, it says it should leave by the two sides.
Boys begin growing payot after the age of 3 and continue to keep the practice into adulthood. For centuries, synagogues have been worn to show Jewish identity and pride and community support.
What are you wearing right now?
This is a tzitzit from dating back over 3,300 years, and if you count up the various knots and strings and add them together, there's 613, which reflects the number of guidelines that God gave us. You see, they're hanging out. They're there to remind who put us here and what we're here for.
In addition to tzitzit, Hasidic men typically dress in formal clothing.
So this is kind of our uniform. It's called a kapata, which is an overcoat. I'll put on.
The kapata is what they wear in Crown Heights. Again, we're mixing yotzes. We're mixing two very different groups.
On a white shirt, I'll put on a black hat. I'll just swipe the brim down like this, and then it's kind of a different look.
And of course, beneath their hats, they wear a kippah at all times.
Some people are very, very serious about wearing, these are swim caps. The men wear these when they're swimming.
Wow.
It is next level.
Another detail we noticed is that most people here wear very...
I don't think so. I think it's the women who wear it. Men, I think, swim without anything.
plain eyeglasses that look almost identical.
It's about modesty, so they want to stick to one style. This is one style for like everyone. Like it goes from the age of 13 and up.
The Torah commands all married women to cover their hair.
Do women keep their hair covered even when they're alone with their husband at home?
Yeah, you have to cover your hair the whole time. Women from the Satmar community shave their hair. I shaved it for 20 years, my hair.
But as we stroll through the neighborhood, we rarely see women wearing scarves. Instead, we see women with perfectly styled hair. To understand how this works, we came here.
You just need to give a second because you can't see the woman's hair uncovered. Oh. So she's making sure everyone's covered up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go.
He's such a
theatrician. We cover our elbows and we cover our knees, and after marriage we cover our hair as well. So you could cover your hair with like a hat or a scarf, but we use a wig because it's just much more beautiful and much more natural. And then when it's done, it can look like mine. You can see.
You have a wig?
I'm wearing a wig. Yeah.
I thought it was real hair.
No, it's a wig. You can see it up close if you want. This is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Biblical commandment is to cover your hair, but we take it to the next level because we just want to look good.
So how much is this one?
A piece like this is called virgin hair. It's sourced in Brazil. It's authentically beautiful. It's 6,300.
In this community, for some, modesty comes with a high price tag. A Jewish woman who chooses to cover her hair with a wig spends an average of $65,000 in her lifetime.
My hair is not as gorgeous and cool as a wig is. I get to play around, change colors, length, styles. It's
I hate how they pick the most salacious stuff from different communities and turn it into a hodgepodge of one big salacious video. Yes, Crown Heights women might pay an obscene amount of money for the most extravagant wigs, but in Williamsburg, where we saw the kosher phones, they're not wearing that.
so versatile.
According to Jewish law, actually, your body is not as important as your hair is. When a woman is walking in front of you, you can stare at her hair and get lost in thoughts and come up with all kind of, desires.
So hair is considered more sensitive than body. Here they wear wigs too, so doesn't it make it look like
here what's actually interesting is that the Samar people and a lot of Hasidic people, and this is something very controversial, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for saying it, but I am an equal opportunist. If you look in the Torah, I don't like to say Bible. If you look in the Torah and the 5 books of Moses, woman's supposed to be beauty. Woman is supposed to entice a man to love God, like we were talking about earlier.
Though he tried to explain, we were still left wondering how covering natural hair with a beautifully styled wig that still looks like real hair is understood as an expression of modesty here.
From such a young age, I believed everything I was taught. So if you didn't follow something that you were supposed to, maybe tomorrow you'll be in a car accident. Someone would get sick, and then the rabbis would say, oh, this person got sick, we all need to repent. Women should make sure their skirts are long enough.
This bus serves the local Orthodox Jewish community.
Another one of the token stories. It's very unfair to have brought no one from the Hasidic community who knows how to talk to outsiders to tell a more positive side. Beatrice, understandably, has something is going to be talking about all the hard stuff that she experienced. Who's able here to represent the mundane? And we're not just talking about the eye-catching stuff, the B110 bus, the kosher phones, the head coverings, and so on. We're talking about the essence, the emotional essence of this life.
It mostly runs between these neighborhoods. We're continuing to explore the neighborhood for now, but later today, we'll return to the synagogue, where we'll take you inside a large private gathering, usually closed to people from outside the community.
May it be favorable in your eyes to bless Israel at all times.
There's a button
Oh,
here.
so this actually is one of the very... let's see what it is. Okay, that's Hatzalah. That was the private organization, the private ambulance. But because the community stays away from smartphones, they've asked to leave this here.
They call the police or
This is-
firemen.
Never heard of
Yes,
this.
we do have our own like security, you know? Shoymanim, Shmita, they can make a citizen's arrest. They're not like arrestable. They're getting now permits for upping their security and stuff like that.
Oh.
This was surprising. We're about to take a closer look at this neighborhood's local patrol groups, who they are, and what they
Now
do.
we're back
In this
in Crown
neighborhood,
Heights.
ultra-Orthodox residents often keep one another informed, and sometimes contact Shomrim or Shmira when they have concerns about safety or daily life in the community. In a place where unfamiliar faces are noticed quickly, this kind of mutual awareness can make people like us feel like we stand out more than usual. The driver of our bus took our picture. We weren't exactly sure why, but it felt like he might have been trying to let others know we were there. We felt like we were drawing more attention than usual.
My cameraman thinks a few people may be walking behind us, but I don't know if that's true.
We'll step away for now and come back later with Rabbi Katz, who can help guide us through the area. On the street, I spotted several local patrol vehicles with cameras, emergency lights, tinted windows, emblems, and blue and white markings. At first glance, I thought they might be official vehicles because of some of those features.
There's Shemira Mobile Command Center. What does it do?
So basically, it's like a community watch. The NYPD is very
He's not coming back with Rabbi Katz. He's in Crown Heights with Rabbi Katz. It's very inaccurate.
busy, and the Shmira gives like a helping hand. You know, they know the community, they know the residents, they know if something's suspicious. Shmira in Hebrew means to guard, to protect. They can do like a citizen's arrest. You know, something goes on, they alert each other.
Do they also have uniforms?
And they wear, yeah, certain like t-shirts and hats, yeah.
Do they have right to carry gun?
I guess if they have a New York State carrying weapons, you know. And this is chaverim. This is like if somebody has a flat tire or they get locked out of their car. Chaverim in Hebrew means friends. And here's the Hatzalah. Hatzalah is the Hebrew word to save. So this is a volunteer ambulance corps made up of strictly community members here. And it's amazing because the response time is so much faster because they're very well acquainted with the community, the streets, as opposed to the 911 when you call, it could be difficult for them to find and locate. There's a whole bunch of these ambulances in very strategic spots.
You're Jewish?
Oh, no.
Crown Heights, they're asking if you're Jewish.
You Jewish?
No.
You have 2 minutes?
No.
Like what kind of cases are they attending to?
Muggings, stealing, assaults.
The rabbi did not seem to want to go much further on this topic while the cameras were rolling.
All right.
This
Wow, they're
community
making
may
it
also
sound-
refer
Why
certain
are we back in
internal disputes
Williamsburg?
to religious
This
courts within their
communities.
tradition,
Communities,
known
it's
as
two
a
different
Beth
things.
Din. In some cases, these rulings can be recognized under American law, but in close-knit communities like this, some people
it's
may find it
Shabbos in
hard to refuse a Beth Din process because they may worry about their
it's
place in the
weekday.
community.
Rabbis came out and said, you first have to discuss it with your rabbi before you report it to the police.
Later that night, we visited a gathering where the community was raising donations for families. The goal was to help them
For a
afford to have more
Chabad thing
children.
again.
In just the 15 minutes we were there, more than $400,000 was collected.
This is just meant to leave the viewer with all sorts of
They're
anti-Semitic
collecting money,
conspiracy theories.
and their
goal is to reach 1.2 million for this night.
Today, we'll uncover the neighborhood's most surprising details.
We go
enter a
between Crown
Jewish
Heights,
home,
Williamsburg,
and
Williamsburg,
witness
Crown
the
Heights.
synagogue's main gathering from the inside. We are now on Lee Avenue in Williamsburg, where the measures taken to isolate the neighborhood from the rest of the world are unusual.
You see, this here is actually a blocking, so people don't see inappropriate advertisements on other random trucks.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, they tend to cover it because
It's
a
an
lot
ad.
of times modern trucks will
It's
have
an ad that
inappropriate
tore.
advertisements.
Before it tore, it completely blocked the entire view from the bridge.
So this is a warning to people who don't dress modestly. Don't bring modern inappropriate clothes.
No shirtless, no short or tank tops, no barefoot.
Volunteer groups, known as modesty patrols, sometimes look to see whether other Hasidic community members are dressed appropriately when out in public.
So like these are magazines.
Yeah.
So for example, if you look at the magazines, you'll see no women's face. See, these are Jewish movies.
They do have kosher films. All the brands are local. There are no McDonald's, no Starbucks,
no chain restaurants. Then we visited a local restaurant and were surprised to learn how often political figures come through this place.
Donald Trump was planning to come here.
Oh.
He was supposed to be here at 1 o'clock, and my father passed away at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
So we canceled everything. Whatever we eat over here is based on the culture, our local food, which is chicken cutlet, stuffed cabbage, we have fish, and we have other stuff. We try to stick, moderate, this is the way to bring up our kids, I have 10 kids myself. I got 9 boys and a girl.
They have their own brands of stores. We all learn to like each other and we all help out each other. So there's not really like big chain stores, like you won't find like Toys R Us here. We have Toys for Us.
They mostly shop within their own community, where money tends to circulate among neighborhood businesses.
Why there's no chain store? Because why would I not support my brother, A lot of the Hasidic people from Williamsburg own properties in Manhattan.
Here, almost all the toys reflect the Hasidic Jewish world. Children grow up surrounded mainly by the culture of their own community.
No Barbies here. If it has the face of a girl, they try not to display it. Sometimes they'll just cover it.
From a very young age, children become familiar with the community's values and traditions. Alongside the toys, the store also carried a wide range of books and other items. Among the storybooks on display were titles such as Escape from Iran and Saddam, Game Over. Religious Lego sets are very popular among children, especially this Holy Temple set, which represents the most important symbol in Jewish history, with roots dating back nearly 3,000 years.
So we pray before we go to bed. This theme is going to bed and waking up in the morning. So this is a mini set. This is called Shabbos Tate, to educate the children as to what it's like to be an adult. He gets to pretend that he's the father of the house, and he wears the hat that only a father would wear, and he makes the blessing on the one that only a father would do.
All the kid toys have appropriate clothes.
Yeah.
Once you go out in the secular world, you get toys for the kids like dolls that affect them at a young age. So I cannot let my kids play with them.
I remember I was maybe 10 and I was playing with a first cousin, a boy. I had a girl cousin that was like 2 years older than me, and she was like, even cousins, never mind friends, you're not allowed to talk to each other.
Twin set. Is this because most people have twins here?
People tend to have a lot of twins, yes.
Yeah. Among the toys on sale are sets featuring bride and groom figures. Here, most of the toys we see reflect the same way of living, and we couldn't find any figures representing other roles like scientists, artists, or athletes.
Do people
date we're in Crown Heights. This is that Jewish family.
We usually have like matchmaker that would set you up. They would be like, oh, I think you and him might really like each other.
There are some people that can date really quick because there's no touching each other. They meet in a house of the parents.
In the Bible, it says that Rebecca married Isaac, and then afterwards they loved each other. So we were told love comes after marriage. If my parents decided that this was the person I was going to get married to, I was going to marry them.
If a bachelor person wants to stay bachelor, what would they think of him or her?
It's like not even considered a possibility.
According to Beatrice, religious beliefs here can influence many parts of daily life, including the relationship between husband and wife.
There's a lot of rules like about when you're intimate, the light's supposed to be off, but then there's also like the separation time, right? After you get your period, you're considered impure. You have to wait 2 weeks. You have to sleep on different beds, so you have 2 beds. You're not allowed to touch. Like you're not allowed to hand something over to your husband, right? So you take the baby, you put the baby in the infant seat, then the husband picks up the baby from the infant seat. So
for the half the month?
Yeah. It's very intense, So I kept all the rules. Women who were pregnant weren't supposed to go to zoos because they weren't supposed to look at animals, because some of the animals weren't kosher animals, and they could like make the baby be like impure.
In this community, even the architecture follows religious law.
Oh, it's also interesting. They all have porches straight to the sky.
Why?
For once a week, a whole year, we have the holiday of Sukkot. We build these huts, and the idea is to sleep under the sky.
They sleep on open-air balconies to understand how it felt like when their ancestors wandered the desert after leaving Egypt.
Look, every building has so many fences on the windows.
There's a commandment in the Torah to build a protective guardrail around a home to prevent danger. And these religious laws extend into the home as well. Before leaving the neighborhood streets to attend that massive gathering at the synagogue, we came to Rabbi Shlomo's house to get a closer look at the private lives in Hasidic households.
Look around, tell me if you see anything that looks a little
Williamsburg
peculiar.
straight to
There
Crown
are
Heights.
2 of everything almost.
Exactly. 2 stoves, 2 microwaves. It wasn't that it was buy one, get one free. This side of the kitchen is dairy, so anything that my wife wants to cook, dairy, will go into this oven.
Nice
Any dairy
kitchen.
goes into that microwave.
Wow.
or that dishwasher. We have 2 dishwashers as well. Now in the evening when she's making
I would
meat,
cook if I had a
this is the stove that's used. We got to keep meat and milk separate. So if I just had a steak, I can't have coffee with milk. There is all for non-dairy products.
Even the plates are separate.
Oh yeah, even the cutlery. This is only for meat.
If this touches to, say, cheese, you won't use this for meat?
It depends. It's a good question. If you ate some cottage cheese with this and it was cold,
He's
then you can
picking
just
up.
wash it and put it back. But if it was hot, then you got a problem. Then you can't use it.
For some Orthodox families, a newly purchased kitchen utensil is not considered fit for use until it has been dipped in a pool of rainwater 3 times. This is done for every kitchen item.
Are there any times that you take
Here's
off your
touching it.
kippah?
No, because this keeps you conscious that you're not the only person that exists. There's someone above you that put you here for a purpose. Think about that. Be conscious of that.
When you take a shower,
When you
or
take a
when
shower,
you're
yeah.
sleeping?
No, but even when you go to sleep, you go to sleep with it on.
It falls off?
Yeah. But you don't take it off.
Yeah.
Because Judaism and serving God is at every moment. Whether you're going to the gym, going to the doctor.
Can you talk about
like this guy.
It's just a day of rest. Like all week you can work and make your money. Shabbos comes, everything is done.
God created the world in 6 days, and he rested on the 7th. And then God told the Jewish people that we should do the same thing. So that's the focus of Shabbat.
On Saturday, we don't open or close electricity. Before we light the candles, which ushers in the Shabbat, we turn on whatever we want on for the weekend. I want this light on, I want this light off, etc. And some people have timers, they go on, they go off on their own.
So the lights, if the lights are on, you leave it on. If it's off, you leave it off. You don't change the status of anything.
But then somebody came up with, you want to read in bed and you have no light. You can't open the light and you can't close it. What do? So a Jewish cup came up with this. So this is called the Shabbos light. So you get into bed, you read your, whatever you're reading, your magazine, and now you want to close the light. But it's Shabbat, you can't.
But the light is on, right?
The light is on. I didn't turn it off. I just blocked the light. You can block the light.
You're allowed to do this, but you're not allowed to
turn it off. You open your freezer and the light goes on. Oh, that's a problem.
I can
What do
already
we do?
hear the critics
Jewish cup
responding.
invented this.
So whenever you open your fridge,
It ain't gonna be no more light.
You won't turning on any lights.
Since cooking is not allowed once Shabbat begins, meals are prepared in advance and later warmed through a special oven setting.
So this oven turns into a warmer if you hold down the right buttons. Special features. See what that says?
Sabbath.
You're doing it before Sabbath.
You set it for exactly what temperature you want it to be at, how long you want it to be on for.
What
Better
else
than a
you
hot
can't do in Sabbath?
Carrying from a private domain to a public domain.
Work is prohibited on Shabbat, as the day is meant to avoid
we're
reshaping
back
the
in
physical world and instead focus on rest and spirituality. For observant Jews, daily life pauses, and in rare cases, certain restrictions might complicate emergency situations.
When I had my first baby, like he went to the synagogue and I was like, she was a premature baby, and then I remember going to the doctor and the doctor was yelling at me why it took me a few hours to come in. I'd been like laying in bed and I should have been in the hospital, but instead he went to the synagogue and he didn't want to call the ambulance because it was like Shabbos, which is 100% wrong, and I was too scared to call because, you know, I can't desecrate.
So sad.
But meanwhile, I could have, like, my baby could have died.
The rules of Shabbat are taken so seriously that observant Jewish people avoid using electronics, cooking, working, driving, or carrying money and keys. To make daily life possible within these rules, some communities in New York have created an Eruv marked by wires stretched between utility poles. The thin wire you see above me is called Eruv, and it's vitally important.
If this wire snapped right now, older people wouldn't be able to use their walkers and sick people wouldn't be able to use their medicines.
So look,
No,
there's
that's
the
not
sign.
Over there,
Yeah.
it says Eruv.
Yes.
An Eruv is a religious boundary
It
that
says
allows
up until
people
here.
who observe Shabbat to carry certain items in public areas. In New York, one Eruv stretches roughly 20 miles around Manhattan, while another extends about 55 miles across
This is
large
great
parts of Brooklyn,
animation.
marked by wires attached to utility poles. These boundaries require regular inspection. The Manhattan Eruv alone is reported to cost around $200,000 a year to maintain. Just before entering the synagogue, Rabbi Katz began giving blessings out on the street. Now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's attend the main gathering at their lodge.
Are you guys Jewish?
No.
Here we go. Oh, the mezuzah. This is the little piece of parchment which has those portions of the Bible. And every time we walk by, some people touch it and kiss it. It's offering protection on the house and the synagogue. And here we go.
When I entered the sanctuary, men of all ages were already deep in prayer.
They're very united, as if everyone we came across shared the same purpose.
Before prayer, they put on religious items on different parts of their bodies.
I'm doing a mitzvah right now. This is called tefillin. To bind the words of God, you put one box on your arm towards your heart, and this expresses the love that a Jew has towards God. You put one on your head, this expresses the intellect. A Jew, you have to think about God.
In the Bible, it says the box has to be between your eyes. So you have a mirror, and then you make sure, bingo. I got the prayer belt, and they're singing in anticipation of getting ready for the prayers.
He's fully covered. They keep reminding themselves of the rules by singing, reading Torah. As you can see, the lead rabbi is right there, and the crowd watches him closely, taking their cues from him.
Who's the lead rabbi? It's Haman.
Hey.
Sometimes, we feel like people are keeping an eye on us from a distance. They never stop praying. They've been constantly praying since 10 o'clock.
May be favorable in your eyes to bless your people, Israel, at all times.
Many of the people here don't just read the Torah, they breathe it, they live it, and see it as the absolute truth.
Started singing all together. Along with praying for the well-being of the state of Israel, the people here pray and sing for their holy temple to be rebuilt. But the site where they believe it should stand is already home to Al-Aqsa, one of the holiest sites in Islam. Rebuilding it on this exact site would mean the two religious sites could not exist there at the same time. And this site is in East Jerusalem, which the United Nations considers part of the Palestinian territory. They sway while praying as an expression of focus, devotion, and spiritual intensity.
Allowed to film?
Yeah.
One for you, one for a friend. This website, very important website. Please go to that website. A lot of information how to make the world a better place.
Hasidic communities also accept converts, and some of the people we met openly encouraged us to learn more about Judaism.
We're all created by God for one purpose.
I can feel a certain caution in the air. For this Hasidic community, this place is almost like the Vatican of New York City. In a city that never sleeps, prayer here seems to continue almost around the clock.
He's putting on tefillin, the black boxes.
770 is the Vatican? Wow, okay. He's made a statement without meaning to make a statement.
For the first time.
Now he's a grown-up, right?
He's a grown-up.
Now we have a boy here. He's turning to 13 and he's taking responsibilities according to Jewish culture.
This is a preparation song.
When the boy turns 13, then a bar mitzvah, they change their clothes completely. The boys go from wearing, colored shirts and slacks to the full suit, the full black hat. They become a man, only white shirts always. And then by the time they turn 13 for high school, there's no academic studies at all.
Inside this synagogue, behind the wooden panels you see along the walls, a passage was discovered in 2024. It was nearly 65 feet long and contained mattresses, clothes, boxes, and other personal items. When authorities came to inspect the area, some people refused to leave.
What is really under the synagogue?
The tunnels? So actually, they weren't tunnels at all. It wasn't a tunnel, it was breaking open a wall to make a door from one building to the next building. They didn't get permission, and they did it on their own. So they were disciplined.
Rabbi Friedman described it as a simple wall opening, but given the extent of the digging, authorities considered the situation serious enough to take legal action.
Do you ever feel regret of leaving?
No.
Beatrice once occupied a prominent position in the community as the wife of a rabbi, but she later left it. She explained her own experience after leaving and how personal the conflict became.
My family tried to take away all the children from me. I experienced such betrayal.
We turned everything Beatrice told us from her own point of view into a separate video.
I lived in Israel for 6 months.
This special video goes much deeper than the moments you saw in this documentary, and it contains everything you need to know about the Hasidic community. The video then moves on on to other questions.
How does the hierarchy work? I also want to understand how this community sustains itself financially.
Whew, that is a good question.
However, we've released this video exclusively for our channel members, and only those who become members will be able to watch it. YouTube's Join feature is a membership system that allows viewers to support our channel with a small monthly contribution, equivalent to the price of a cup of coffee. Your support is extremely important in helping us continue producing these high-budget videos.
As soon as you join the channel, you will also be able to watch the special video containing Beatrice's full interview. To watch this video and support our channel, click the link I'm pointing to and become a member. The membership renews automatically every month and can be cancelled at any time. See you in the special video.
See you in the special video. Wow. What can I say? It's completely full of inaccuracies. It is so incredibly full of fundamental, foundational errors in mixing two Jewish communities in this way, in having Rabbi Katz and Beatrice Weber together frame the story of the Hasidic community. To me, this is not accurate. That's the bottom line. It is not an accurate portrait of the Hasidic community of New York, because there are communities. There's not a single community. There are communities, and they cannot be spoken of as one. And so, what can I say? I'd be embarrassed to put out something so full of mistakes. I don't want to come down hard on someone. I don't know him. I have nothing against him. I do think that it is full of insinuations that will incite his, especially, I think, Middle Eastern viewers to have certain assumptions about Jews that should have been better explored, framed with more balance. Having Beatrice and Rabbi Katz does not begin to even touch close to the heart and soul of the contemporary Hasidic community of Williamsburg. It's nowhere near it. I mean, Beatrice is left and Rabbi Katz is an outsider. So how are you supposed to even begin to understand it? And yet it's still touched on all of these sensational tropes that people love to learn about, that I think gets you views, but also feeds into certain anti-Semitic assumptions. And so I'm not feeling so great about this video, though he seems to me, from watching it, to be a sweet guy. At the same time, the impetus towards a certain kind of narrative storytelling and putting out documentaries for YouTube without going through the full research that a real documentary will go through has resulted in this hodgepodge that I would say is totally and completely problematic. All right, thanks for watching this with me. Please be just as brutal to me in the comments. Let me know what you think, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.